The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, guys. Happy Monday, fellas. Dennis, Chad, Deepak. Audio is good. Thank you. Thank you. Man, we're running the streak. I think we got 5 days in a row. Guys, very good morning. If you folks are here on trial to see the bots, good morning and welcome. We have a lot of trials this week, guys. Hopefully everybody is in. For those of you that are here on trial, excuse me. For those of you that are here on trial, I'm going to go over the bots and the room in about 15 minutes. I suspect that just looking at the numbers in the room, I know that all the trials are not in, and opposed to going through it more than once, I will do it one single time. Morning, Nolan, Jacques, Ray. I did not fish this weekend. I've got my daughter in town from New York. In any event, excuse me, small negative delta, even on that down move. I'll show you guys the charts in a bit. We just traded into the standard line in the daily cloud. We're getting a bounce now. I think we can bounce. 56 was yesterday's low. If we can come back up through yesterday's low, it's a potential false fake breakout or breakdown. We've got some buyers coming in now. In any event, guys, good morning. Today is Monday. It is September 18th. We have FOMC this week. 2-year yields are up. Bond yields are rising. Crude is also up. Unless crude breaks down maybe below 89.20 area, I would definitely want to be short, I think, that level. For those of you guys that are here that are on trial, you'll notice that the NASDAQ bot is up 875 at the moment, and crude is up 1310. These are the only two bots that I am running. I am not running ES. I am not running gold. I'm not running copper. I'm not running silver, et cetera, et cetera. I'm running two bots, largely due to screen space. But we have identified a period via exhaustive backtesting from 7 to 8 is a very high probability for the bots. The NASDAQ, I'll show you, did take an initial long at that period. So here's 7. It did take a long in here first and then flipped into this short, which, were I not using targets, probably would have been close to 2 or at least 2,000. And crude caught this tail end of the small long here and the small short. So what I'm going to do is what I do every day and what you can expect every day is when we come in, I read the disclaimer. If you folks have trialed with me before, some of you have. You guys may be familiar with what I do in the room. I will go over all of that for you. I'll explain the bots. But first things first, let me read the disclaimer. And I will also, not there, of course. I will also convert these to Apex accounts. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. This presentation is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed in this presentation are mine and mine alone. All trades presented should be considered hypothetical and should not be expected to be replicated in a live trading account. Last but not least, past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to any trade. Please trade according to your own accounts. Please trade according to your tolerance for risk. So just let me give you a brief, for the benefit of trials, let me give you a brief overview of the room. If you've not been here before, this will obviously be new to you. If you have been here before, you may recall. There's a lot that goes on in this particular room. All right, first and foremost, I am trading Apex accounts. Okay, I am trading a combination of evaluation and what Apex refers to as PA or performance accounts. I am using a trade copier to do that. The bots I will convert over to Apex accounts as well. I'll do that momentarily. So the disclaimer, obviously, if you guys trade Apex or trade with Apex, you know that it is all simulated trading. Apex does not use live trading. You got an Yeah, I also was approved for the next payout on the new setup. Yeah. I don't know if everybody got that or if it was just those that had requested payouts, etc. But in any event, if you just as a segue, if you guys have a payout coming or expect a payout, you should update your information on the website. If anybody needs help doing that, let me know. I will gladly assist you in doing that. In any event, so I am trading Apex accounts, both on the screen on my DOM via what I view as order flow trades. I will be offering the entry that I am looking at, as well as targets and stops. Typically, depending on volatility, I generally use an ATM strategy of 2 contracts. First contract will come off at 20 ticks, 5 handles. While I have it's a generic target, and I have a generic second target of 30 ticks, a $250 trade. My daily goal on PA accounts is 300, 350. So I'll move that second target out. Depending on volatility, I may trade 1 contract and no stop or targets. Okay, currently I'm set up with a generic ATM. I will also trade options. I do that in a live account. I do trade a cash account. If I see anything primarily in SPY, QQQ, IWM, and on an occasion, if I'm paying attention to equities, I may offer, Tesla or Apple, whatever the case may be, AMD, etc. But it's generally going to be SPYs or Qs, IWM. If you guys trade the big contract SPX, hey, Soph, good morning. You guys can make the correlation between SPY and SPX. So let me, before I get into the bots, because I want to make sure I have as many people in the room as possible, I'll go over charts. All right, so let's go back to the bots. Let me explain the trend bot. So the way that the trend bot works is there are up to 20 moving average pairs. All right, the trend bot operates on a simple moving average crossover of exponential moving averages. There are up to 20 pairs which you, as an end user, can elect to trade. Okay? I have never used anything past the 9th pair. And currently, I am only using 2 of the pairs, which after exhaustive research, I did exhaustive back testing on TradeStation several weeks ago, have found the 2 pairs that offer the highest probabilities of a trade. The way that the TrendBot works, and the reason that the TrendBot can generate such exorbitant returns, is if you elect to use however many moving average pairs, as each pair crosses, it will add a contract. Okay? Now, in my case, I'm using 5 contracts. That's the max I'm using. In theory, if you were trading a $300,000 account, you could go to 20, or you could go to the whole 35. You just add more contracts at different pairs. But assuming 1 contract per pair, in theory, you could get to, or in reality, you could get to 20 contracts traded. There are several options on your chart trader that you can activate. You'll notice that I'm not using time frames. So within the bot, there are 4 filters. I can set the bot to trade at up to 4 times throughout any 24-hour period. I'm not using any time filters. Okay, so the time filters is off. There are 2 options that you can utilize to execute a trade. One is WUF, wait until finished, which means on a moving average pair that you may be utilizing to enter a trade, right? So for instance, if I activate this, this is going to take a trade at the close of the 3-minute bar. I can also use the button next to it, IS, which is instantly submit. So you have 2 options. You can instantly submit a trade, which will execute a trade immediately upon the cross, or wait until finished, which will execute the trade at the close of the candle. Trader discretion. Instantly submit at the market open will frequently give you some nice trades. Let's see when this candle closes here. 55 seconds. It's going to execute a trade. It probably will put 5 contracts on at once. That's what I said. All right, immediately. My apologies. Let's go with immediately submit opposed to instantly submit, both of which mean the same thing. But thank you for that clarification. I appreciate that. There are settings within the robot that I am not using, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to have to deactivate it to show you. So it's not going to take a trade. All right, so let me show you the settings that are available to you, none of which I'm using. Okay? The first is price relative to VWAP. You can elect to take longs only above VWAP or shorts only below VWAP. For those of you that may be order flow traders or may be familiar with volume weighted average price, you can elect to take a long only above VWAP, meaning you would not take a long, for instance, down here. Or you can take a short only below VWAP. So if this moves up and your averages cross, we're below VWAP currently, and then rolled over again, it would take only that short, would not take the long. I am not using a trade goal or trade loss. I am not using that particular function. I won't use it on an Apex account either, an evaluation account either. There is one that is interesting, which is unique to our bot, which is trade protection, which if you were going to trade a cash account or potentially you want to trade a funded account, you can enable what we could refer to as high watermark, HWM, high watermark. You alone determine that high watermark on the trade. So for instance, minimum profit to activate, let's just say $400. At $400, this option will kick in, and then maximum drawdown from that high watermark, I can use either a percentage pullback, 20% would be $80, right? Or a dollar amount, $100, $200, whatever. I am not using this function either. I am using generic stops and targets. Okay, so I'm using generically 50 ticks target and 50 ticks stop. Now this will stagger your targets and stops as averages cross. So for instance, your first average crosses, you have a 50 tick target and a 50 tick stop. It's a generic number, not predicated on any support or resistance. But I'm in front of my computer 90% of the time when I'm running the bot. I can move those if I elect. As the second pair crosses, that will also be 50 and 50. So you would have a higher stop loss on the second pair opposed to the first pair, and a target further out on the second pair opposed to the first pair, so on and so forth. Okay, I am not using daily goal or daily draw. I'm not using max loss or max goal. Okay. So we do have a Fed speaker on, guys, or former Fed speaker, Esther George. You mentioned trading only two pairs. Yeah. You may have missed that, James. I don't go over that in the room. I don't cover that in the room. There's a video. You can email me. I did education a week ago. NASDAQ resistance is 63. It's got to get through 63. 64. And we can work to 79. or else we're going to fade back to 40. Now I'm running this bot or the bot's currently in sim. I would absolutely not be trading. Well, I would suggest micros, but no more than 3 contracts, Stephen, which I'm gonna change over here. Again, I just executed the trade. I don't use instantly submit. I just executed the trade. So those of you that are here on trial can see the bot fire a trade. But I would not be running the bot at 8:36 in the morning. Crude over 90 just keeps going. So I am, Stephen, so for what it's worth, I am. So here we go. So we're trying to push through that resistance. We held the bottom here. So again, this is where my stop would be now. And frankly, in pre-market, I'd probably hit flat. Need to push through 67, and we'll get those at least first target. But again, these are generic now. They're not predicated on anything other than 50 ticks. If NASDAQ pushes up here, it's going to get to 76, 77, top of the 2-minute cloud. Nice job, Deepak. You didn't run it this morning at 7? Yeah, I run it every day at 7. I think NASDAQ's going to grind up here to 80, 81. Okay, Esther George is finished. All right, I flattened it out. We're off. Small buyers here, fouling. Come on down, let's go. Now sellers, small, 10. Small buyers. Sitting. Nothing. Garbage. Garbage. Okay, let's take it off of that. All right, guys. Chunking around here on the open. That's all we're doing. Junk. A couple hundred buyers. Junk. Same with the ES junk. Trying to push up to yesterday's close at 92. We're through the 2 minute. Pushing the 92. That's what it's trying to get to. 92. If this rolls over, I'll be short. Next candle close. Small buyers, small sellers. It's just junk. It looks longs to me. That's the original bot. Target 2 hit on the original bot. 92 is target 1. 90 to 92. There it is, 90 to 92. Got a 15-minute trend line we're going to trade to. Volume point of control is 14.75. Got a 1 contract trade here for 320. Take a look at the 10-minute. Target now is 410. 410. We're pushing a 15-minute trend line here. We've gone positive delta, 1,000 buyers in this 3-minute bar. We're pushing the bottom of the 10-minute cloud, now pushing up. Get a $700 runner on 1 contract here on the trend bot, $800 on the original. We hit point of control. Above that, we'll make it to 25, 26. We're failing the 10-minute cloud, top of the 10-minute cloud. It's trying to push through. We're going to trade up, it looks like, into that hourly crap at 24. 500 net buyers now, 1,400 in this candle. Oh, that stays there. Crude is short again with 2 contracts doing nothing. If this can get above 27, we're going 40. If you're long, above 27, we're going 40. Call it 28. A little bit of resistance at 35. $1,200 net buyers. We're going 40. Gets through that high of the day. It's going 40. A little bit of value here at value area high. There it goes. 40 is now your target. Minor resistance here at 35. Going to get a small pullback here. Crude came right to that breakdown, 80, and held. If we push up near 40, 41, I'll look for the short up there. Crude now has, all right, out 1250 up on the original bot. Now we've added the third contract into crude. Watch for this pullback on NASDAQ. I still think we're going to get 40 to 50, but I will short it on the pullback. Crude held 81, higher low. I think we pulled back. Initial support is 7. Below that is going to be 388 on NASDAQ if it turns. Crude doing nothing, just thinking. I'm getting ready to short NASDAQ. Not yet. I'm going to short NASDAQ. I'm close right now. All right, I shorted 2 NASDAQ. I'm short 07.5, it looks like. It's got to break below 7. It's trying to hold that 7. I'd like to get to 89.90. Come on, feel free to break down. 400 sellers. Come on. I'll take, let's call it 94 for a target one. 94. Come on. Now, don't you hold that whole number. I'm flat. I'm flat on crude. On NASDAQ, I'm sorry. Buyers came back in here. Small buyers, but I think it fails again. I'm going to try this short again. Now I should get that target, 93. Yeah, all right, there's take one off. Took one off. See if we get a roll over here below VWAP. There we go. Now I'm going to try to trade this down to 66. Another 500 sellers in this 3-minute bar, down to 400 buyers. 62, 63 is target. So let's see if we can get down to 65, just ahead of that support zone. Watching crude. It's trying to break below that 80. It's holding. If it breaks down here, it's going to come down nicely, crude. No buyers, guys, here. We're holding Friday's close. Really wanted to get 41, 42 for the short. Come on, break down here. We're down below 400 on the net buyers. They've sold, give or take, 1,000 contracts in the last 6 minutes. All right, I'm flat. Crude tagged VWAP. We've got 10 ticks in it, need to break below 70. Really slow in crude. Really, really slow. Small buyers in NASDAQ, real small. NASDAQ holding Friday's close. I will look to be long in a second. Nope. Flat on the day, guys. Just flat. Coming into support, though, at 80 on NASDAQ, give or take. If we break below 77, we could get a bigger move down, but it's trying to hold that 80. Crude needs to dump below 70. If you guys are in a bot trade, VWAP might be a place you want to take some risk off. It's just trying to break below VWAP. 40. 47 net sellers on crude. I mean, nothing. But you are up $430 on 3 contracts. NASDAQ, I think, now pushes down. It's a short here on the 2-minute. Value area low is 72.25. It's going to want to hold that. ES fouling. Flat crude. It's not just doing nothing. Building a small, potentially a bull flag on the 2-minute on NASDAQ. Small buyers back in NASDAQ, maybe back up to 11. I'm going to try along here to 11. I'll take one off at 4. It's got to push through some resistance minor at 3. And then 5.25. There are buyers. Target 1 filled. 10 next target. Gold broke, crude broke. All right. Flat on the runner, guys. Flat on the runner. Let me slow down a bit here and take a look at charts. Yeah, there's the 11. I think we trade up to here now. Back up to 900 buyers. If we get near that 41.42, I'm definitely selling that. Small sellers creeping in. We're still short on the 2-minute with a 32 stop. Small sellers. If it gets up through 31, 32, it probably gets that 41. We're going to get a small pullback here, I think, off this pivot, this 22 pivot. They bought him back. No real buying pressure, no real selling pressure, although we have back up to 1,300 net buyers. Pushing value area high again. 40.41, I think, is a good target. 34 is next target. Come on. Come on. Fail. All right, I'm flat here. Crude was a good trade. I killed it early. So not to be confusing, I am trading an Apex account here, which is up 1,000. And this is also an Apex account with all of my PA accounts as followers. Okay? Still like this short. Probably back down to 89. Just a bit of chop right now, fellas. Bit of chop. Yeah, I blew it on the SPY in that last NASDAQ trade. I should have been short up here, 436.20. We should trade down to 442.52. Wait till see if we get a pullback in SPYs. I'm not watching Qs right now. NASDAQ is not taking a trade because we haven't crossed over to the downside. And the up move never has gone into shorts. ES is nothing. I have no trade here. Unless I get through that major resistance with a 15-minute bar close. Other than that, we're just chopping around, guys. Oh, that's right. We got Janet yelling at 10 o'clock. So that could be why we're just chunking around here. It's all right. You still got shorts, guys. We're just holding out at the point of control. On a 5-minute bar, I've got us in longs on 5 minutes. We won't go short on a 5-minute for a bit. Below 72. The original bot just took a short. Missed first target. Housing market index at 10 o'clock. Excuse me. I don't want that on. Basically sitting on top of volume point of control at 0975. Housing market index 45 below 49. Still missed target. Target 1 hit on the original. Target 2 hit. Out. NASDAQ's up 1545. What we need is a close below Friday's close. I don't care what time frame it comes on, we're just not getting it. Down to 500 buyers. So they're selling the up moves. 10, 11 areas been resistance, but we're just chunking in a small 5 handle range, guys. I have no interest in playing with this. Guys, on the bottom of the screen, that's a Unirenko setting. Real small Unirenko setting. She's still speaking. All right, I'm gonna, if we get up here to this 41.23 area, I'm gonna look to short it. We're coming to the opening range high here, 34, 34 half. We're pushing the opening range high. Yeah, yelling is yelling. All right, crude's out of the second contract. Come on, push a little more. We're fouling this hourly. Let me look at crude. Crude, if it can get up through about 91, 92, can move. That's going to be the key, 91, 92. NASDAQ is just stuck here, just above value area high, doing nothing. Doesn't help with Yellen speaking. I'm going to flatten this, guys. And turn it off for now. Crude below 64 comes down. Just got awful chopped today, fellas. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to sell 43. No, I sold 38. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. All right, I closed it out. It's not where I want to be short. Okay, Yellen's done speaking. I'm looking for 43. We're back up to 1,200 buyers. Saudi oil minister speaking. We should come back to 09. All right, I'm going to try another small short here, guys. Try to get 9, let's call it 11, target 1. Now crude is short. Crude's just chopping itself up. Come on, break down. It's holding that damn pivot. Trying to get to volume point of control here. It's top of the 10-minute cloud as well. Come on, give me that target. Really? It looks like it came to 11. Come on, push down. Small buyers in here. I'm flat. This target. It's the top of the 10-minute cloud. Nice job, James. $30.25. 86. I'm not even close to that, Randy. I've got the 50-day at 576 on TradeStation. Saudi oil minister still speaking. Guys, we're holding the top of the 10-minute cloud, but it is paper thin at 11, 11 quarter. If we break down below that, we'll come back to 97. All right, listen, I'm done with trading crude today. Crude is just doing nothing. NASDAQ won't roll over. We're down to 885 net buyers. Nice job, Ray. Up $1,000. Nice job. Now, order flow trades are fine, but we're getting small trades. It looks like we're trying to roll, but it's that 10-minute right now that's kind of holding us up. Below 91, this gets hit. Below 91. So Friday's close was 92.25. And below 91, this is going to get dusted. $1,000 on these two contracts. $1,100. We're breaking down now in the 2-minute. We should come to 56. 56 would be yesterday's low, and it looks like we're going to revisit yesterday's low. We now have a small negative delta. $1,300 runner. So the trend bot will be up $600 at this point after starts and stops. Let's see if we can get to 56. That's yesterday's low. We're going to have to break some support here at 72. There we go, 1,500. Finally got a trade. God, what an ugly day. We're holding this small, low volume area here. We have to break below 67. It held it to the tick, 66.75. going to need a lot more selling here. So again, I just have arbitrary targets, guys. This is got to get out of here. We get below this, and we're going to push down to that 56, and then probably down to 40. Two-minute could push back up to 85. Small net negative delta of a couple hundred contracts. It's nothing. I'll flatten this. All right, I'm flat. Trendbot's now up 460, and this may go. But again, I'm using arbitrary targets, so the averages that I'm using have already triggered. I like the short in here back to 62. If you guys want to try the short to 62 and then a complete breakdown, actually, you're probably going to get 56. Guys, don't forget, for those of you in order flow class on today at 11:30, the link was sent. You should all have the link for order flow class. If you do not, and I'm just moving this target down and out. 50, at 56, which was Friday's low, is probably going to get tagged. If we break Friday's low, this can be a blowout. They're now starting to step up the selling pressure. Flat out here. That's the day here on the bot, guys. 2480. Nice job, Jeff. I'll go over bot trades at 11 o'clock. 18th. I'm going to try this short here. Hang on. Not yet. Nah, this is directly related to FOMC. All right, I tried it one more time here, guys. It's 78. If it doesn't come down, I take a small loss and call it a day. 4 minutes to the top of the hour. 5 minutes. I would add into this one time. This could pop back to 90 or even all the way up to 98. All right, I added into it. Average cost is now 81 and a quarter. Come on, gotta fail here. No. All right, that's it for me. Done. Done. Just no volume, guys. There's no volume. If this wants to go long, I'm cool with it. I'll let that take a long if it wants to go long. Back above VWAP. We could trade now 09. If we get above 7, this could actually go long here. Above 07, this is actually going to be a long. We're trying to push up here. The trend bot will not take a trade yet. It's close. NASDAQ's going to have to push above 7.25. Top of the hour coming in 2 minutes here. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. Small resistance right around that 400 level. For those of you guys that are on trial, I'll go over everything right about 11 o'clock here as soon as I'm done. Today I'll close a little bit earlier than the rest of the week because I have my order flow class at 11:30. Hey, Magnus. Can you assist next Friday? What do you mean assist? You want to help me trade? It's not how it works, Magnus. You know that. You send me an email. Send me an email. I'll respond to the email. You're welcome, Juan. Have a good day. I mean, guys, we're 5 points up on the day. That's all we've got here. If the trend bot's going to take a trade, it's going to be right at 11 o'clock. Which it just did, right at 11 o'clock with 2 contracts. Need to get through 7 quarter, guys. Through 7 quarter, the NASDAQ's going to blow. Come on, get through 7 quarter and blow. Go, baby, go. And at the close of this candle at 03, the probabilities are it's going to, all right, flattened and done. It may go, guys. But at 03, it's going to take the second. It would take the second contract. All right, so I'm basically done here for the day, fellas. I do have a trade on currently. I have 5 contracts on in an Apex account. It's kind of gone back and forth. But I'm trying to get to 14 and then 40. They've got longs trapped from early this morning. They've now got shorts trapped. All right, so the trend bot finished up 470 today. Far cry from its, best day. But we haven't had much range. I mean, this is the open. Here's 930. Small move up. Never crossed into shorts until here. Here comes that. Trying to get to 14, fellas. Which will end my day. Should get 17. So this would have just taken another trade with 3 contracts. Can you guys hear me? Sound check. Sound check, fellas. Sound. In an Apex account. So not too far off my daily goal. I try to get 5 to 700, 5 to 600. Crude was no help today. The small Unirenko, because of the chop, the small Unirenko performed very, very well, up 24.80 just on the NASDAQ. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 8 a.m. Trial members, I will send you out